Jeanne Calment was the oldest person to have ever lived, reaching a remarkable age. But what was her secret? Surprisingly, it wasn't a strict diet or exercise routine. Jeanne's no-stress philosophy was the key to her long and healthy life, which included indulging in chocolate, olive oil, cigarettes, cheap red wine, and whatnot. Could this unconventional approach to health and wellness hold the key to unlocking the secrets of aging and longevity? Let's take a sneak peek into her life. Jeanne Calment spent her entire life engaging in nearly every behavior that medical professionals caution against if you want to have a long and healthy life. She smoked cigarettes, drank alcohol, played with firearms, ate an unhealthy amount of sugar and red meat, and skipped breakfast every day with the exception of 1 or 2 cups of coffee. She also made it to the ripe old age of 122 years, 5 months, and 14 days. Jeanne Calment set a number of records over the course of her long life, beginning in 1875 when she was born, and ending in 1997 when she passed away. All these records were set after she had been alive for more than a century. She was the oldest living person in France when she was 111 years old, and she became the oldest living person in the world when she was 113. When she made a cameo appearance in the film Vincent and Me in 1990 at the age of 114, she set the record for being the oldest actress to ever appear in a movie. At the age of 116, she became the first person ever to live to 116, and at the age of 120, she became the oldest person ever verified to have exceeded 120 years. At the same time, she released her first music album, which was a funk rap tune named Mistress of Time. At the age of 122, she was officially recognized as the oldest person who had ever lived. Jeanne Calment initially came to public attention when she was 111 years old and broke the record for the oldest living person. She disclosed in an interview that she had only moved into the nursing home in which she lived a year prior to the interview about her astonishing age, and that up to the age of 109 she was living on her own. Calment stated that her nutrition and active lifestyle were the primary contributors to her long life and young radiance. To begin each day of her old age, beginning at around the age of 85 and continuing onward, she would get up at 6:45 in the morning and begin the day by praying. After that, she would put on her headphones, sit in her armchair, and perform gymnastics while doing so. Her routine comprised arm and leg movements as well as flexing her fingers. After that, she would take a shower all by herself without assistance from her attendants, and then she would finish getting ready by slathering herself in olive oil. She would smoke and drink port with her lunch of braised beef, passing up the more nutritious fish selections. She would also have a cigarette with her meal. She constantly grumbled about the lack of flavor in her meals and made repeated requests for fried and spicy items. She finished every meal with a dessert up until she was 116 years old, and her average weekly consumption of chocolate was almost 2 pounds. She attributed her good health, both internally and externally, to the fact that she consumed a lot of olive oil, and she would drizzle it over her food whenever she had the opportunity. During the time she spent in the nursing home, Calment took part in a number of studies on supercentenarians. During these studies, the medical professionals who examined her found that she consistently moved more quickly, had superior mental capabilities, and was in generally better health than those who were sometimes 10 to 20 years younger than she was. At the time of her passing at the age of 122, Jeanne was 4 feet 6 inches tall, weighed 88 pounds, and despite the fact that she was almost completely blind, she was in relatively good health considering her age. She claimed that the fact that she continued to indulge in unhealthy behaviors up to the time of her passing in 1997, including her need for sweets, inexpensive red wine, and cigarettes, was what allowed her to live so long.